even cell phone number to my cell phone. I'm sorry to tell you that tonight after school film might be the last one, unless a new cluster of parents volunteers. There is one tonight. I'm not sure that there will be more in the future. Okay. If there are no questions about the stuff I've discussed so far, I'd like to start 9.2. Yes. How long is it? An hour and a half, I think. They're almost always an hour and a half. If there's no other questions, then let's go for 9.2.
That curve is that. Yeah, well, the temperature. I didn't know that it got that much warmer. Yeah, well, I think I was under there.
I'll get into all of those.
I think the ozone is that blue little
yeah, so at peak ozone levels, temperature begins to climb. Yeah, that's right.
But, no, at peak ozone layers. Oh, yeah.
Maybe throw my hat, everyone?
And then it's like back to like
number 10, I think, is mellow because we've already discussed the polar bear thing. Number 11 is pretty mellow, just a list of gases. But here, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. There are 6 things that are going to come up from here in the rest of our unit. 6 parts of this diagram that are really important. Number 1, the concept of layers. Our atmosphere has layers. Gases are sorted based on their molecular activity, also known as their density. Gravity pulls the really dense, lazy materials toward the Earth, and the most volatile, active, low-density gases can escape gravity and almost leave into outer space. Each of these layers, like a jawbreaker, has different properties. Right down against the Earth, we have the lazy, not very reactive, highly dense gases. In the very outermost atmosphere, we have the hypervolatile, most reactive, lowest density gases. Yes?
If I'm not mistaken, like the gases in the very upper atmosphere, they have a lot of energy, but since there's so little matter up there, like there's not much heat exchange going on. So that's why it's cold. But
that would make sense.
The actual individual atoms are really warm and high energy.
That would make sense. Yeah, they're the most active.
Oh, yeah.
I buy that. Number 2. This always eludes my students and it surprises me a little bit. What is the heat source for our atmosphere?
The heat source, like functional source.
What is the source of the heat?
The sun reflecting off the ground.
Sun touching the stuff.
Molecular activity.
So, I am, okay, stop now, because you're making me dumber. And I'm dumb enough. I am happy to clarify, but listen carefully, because not a one of you, except for Daniel Feinberg, kinda, said this right. The source of the Earth's heat is the surface of the Earth itself, not the red-hot magma in the core, and not the sun. Damn it. The sun is really hot, but we're really far. Between us and the sun is like a jillion miles of extremely cold space vacuum. You got to get really close to the sun before it's hot enough for you to notice. The sun is extremely hot. Rule of physics, heat is low quality energy. It doesn't travel very far. Despite the fact that the sun is really hot, it's also really far. So the source of the Earth's heat is the Earth absorbing light. The energy is transformed and heat comes off. The reason that I'm picking that detail is the sun gives off a lot of stuff. It gives off heat, doesn't reach us. It gives off radiation, rarely reaches us. And it gives us light, that does reach us. And that is transformed to make the Earth's heat. So, the source of heat is 0 feet altitude. The source of the heat is the ground. Because there has not been the transformation of energy. In the shade, you know you're not in the sunlight, because that's what shade means. And so since you're not getting the sunlight, there is not heat being generated.
It feels warm when you're also on something in your body.
Because of the absorption of light, yes.